Hey kids, Diana here from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I am a singer-songwriter, play with a trio and an all-female African drum troupe, and I've had a little home studio in my house for about 13 years. And I'm completely self-taught, so there is tons of gaps in my knowledge, and I can see that already just from my first week of Coursera music production class. So this is my first week assignment, and I thought what I would do is just talk about some of the different microphones that I use. There's been some discussion out on the forums about different mics and how much they are, and all of my mics are very inexpensive and they sound amazing, so I am happy to share this information with everyone. And we'll learn a little bit about the Cardioid Pattern and the frequency responses that we learned about last week. So I'll talk about that with these mics. So the first two I'm going to talk about are condenser mics, and the first one is an 80K. It's a large diaphragm vocal mic. I also use this for acoustic guitars and mando. It is a cardioid pattern, and of course it's condenser, so you need the 48 volt phantom power hooked up to it for it to operate. This weighs about a pound, so they're fairly heavy. It comes with a shock mount, and this is what a shock mount looks like, and it just slips in here like so, and then you just connect your XLR cable to the bottom. All 5 of these mics have a male XLR input at the bottom, and the shock mount keeps extraneous noise and vibrations from getting into this microphone, because these condenser mics are very sensitive. So you always want to keep them in the bag, zipped up and in a drawer when you're not using them, because they tend to attract dust. So this one runs about $149, very inexpensive, a beautiful large diaphragm mic to use for recording. Okay, and the second condenser is the Shure 87A, and this is my personal vocal mic that I use here in the studio to do, we do a lot of live band recording on rehearsal nights, so this is the one I have hooked up and use for that, and it works great. I also use this for live performance, and we use a Bose system for performance, so we don't really have to worry a lot about feedback. So the frequency range on this is from 50 Hertz to 20 kilohertz, and this is a super cardioid pattern. It has a built-in pop filter, and again it uses 48 volt phantom power. Now we'll get into some of our dynamic microphones, and this is the latest one that I've added. It's another Shure. It's a Beta 57A. It does not require 48 volt power. It weighs just a little over a half a pound, and it has a frequency range of 15 Hertz to 16 kilohertz. And it's a great vocal mic. That's all I've really used it for, but they advertise in the spec sheet that you can also use this for guitar, drums, and bass. So this is a great vocal mic. The fourth one is the oldest mic I have in the studio, and I've had it 20 years, and the guy that gave it to me had it 20 years, so it's pretty old. It's another Shure. It's a UniSphere 1, and the model number on it is a 565SD, and the S stands for switch, which you have an on-off switch, which is kind of unusual on a dynamic microphone, but I actually really like having it on there. This is the precursor of the Shure 58. So this was the workhorse before that one came out, and it's really a great mic. It has been dropped and kicked and thrown and everything else, and still just works great. The frequency range on this runs from 50 Hertz to 15 kilohertz, and you can buy these on eBay for anywhere from $69 to $109. So this is the mic of choice at Woodstock, by the way, just so you know. Okay, and then the last one that I want to show you is what I use to record kick drum. And when I say kick drum, I mean the bottom end of my djembe, and also I play cajon. So this is a really good mic to pick up those really low frequencies. It's called an Audix D6, and it's a cardioid pattern. It has a very low mass diaphragm, so it fits very nicely underneath the cajon, you know, in the sound hole, and then also underneath the djembe. The frequency range is from 30 hertz to 15 kilohertz, and it handles sound pressure in excess of 144 dB, which is pretty amazing. And it has a little nylon clip that snaps on here on your stand, and it just keeps it very secure so that you can either stick it in this way or you can put it in this way. Either way, it will pick up the sound just fine. So that's an Audix D6, and this retails for about $199. Now on this Audix, I use a little device called an EarthWorks KickPad. And what this does is it reduces 20 dB of frequency, and so it cuts mids and it boosts the lows. So it really takes the edges off of any bass sound that you're recording, and so it doesn't require any phantom power or anything. It's just it has the 3 male pin on one end and the female on the other, so you just simply hook this into your microphone like so, and then hook your plug in, and you're ready to go. And I think you'll notice, I notice a huge difference when I use this and the clarity of the sound. So this is a cool little tool to have if you record a lot of drums, and it runs about $99. So I think that is all of my presentation, and I wish you all luck. And I have a little sheet with all this information on it, so if you want to put your email down in the comments below, I'll make sure to email you a PDF file. So thanks a lot. Have a great day and happy recording.